Hey guys, it's Zach here, and today we're checking out another low-budget slasher flick brought to us on Blu-ray, newly scanned and restored by the folks at Vinegar Syndrome. Evil Laugh, originally released in 1986, directed by Dominick Brascia, and produced by Steven Baio. Evil Laugh brings all the conventional aspects of a genre one craves, born out of the 80s slasher craze, and filled with raunchy comedy, thrilling encounters, and bloody horror sequences. On top of the film itself, we've got a great-looking physical copy to check out, neatly boxed and packed with bonus features. Before we get to unboxing our release, let's talk a bit about the movie itself. Evil Laugh opens by introducing us to medical student Jerry, who's leasing a remote mountain home miles away from the city from a realtor who seems all too eager to sell the property. Jerry is hosting a housewarming party and has invited all of his friends and fellow doctoral students to help clean up the place in preparation for future developments. But before the first guests even arrive, the carnage begins as a masked killer appears and carves up Jerry right there in the kitchen, serving up his heart for groceries. With that, our scene is set, and the cliché slasher fun has officially begun. As the opening credits roll, the rest of the students slowly make their way out to the secluded house, only to find that Jerry is missing. Regardless, they settle in, and we're quickly acquainted with a sporadic cast of characters who all generally fit into the common horror archetypes. We have a couple of jocks, the collected girl, the sporty girl, the preppy couple, and of course, the Fangoria nerd who's trying to convince everyone else they're in a horror movie. His fears are slowly validated as we learn alongside the characters the haunting legacy of the very home they stand in. It turns out, the house was originally a foster home for children, and decades ago, one of the caretakers named Martin was falsely imprisoned for supposedly abusing the children. His name was eventually cleared, but not before his father killed himself in shame. Because of this, Martin went insane, returning to the foster home and murdering all the tenants, be it adult or child, ultimately condemning the property to infamy forevermore. So from here on out, our cast of medical students are slowly picked off one by one as it seems Martin has returned once more to ensure the vacancy of the land, even if it means another bloodbath. Overall, Evil Laugh brings a self-aware feel somewhere between Friday the 13th and Scream, which wouldn't come out until a decade later. A low-budget love letter to the slasher genre, Evil Laugh is a decent enough romp featuring all the tropes and story beats you've come to expect. The characters are a mindless joy, and the killings a guilty delight, as the film self-indulges in its genre roots while pushing the creativity within its low-budget boundaries. My one nitpick, however, would probably be the design of the killer. They weren't all that scary or visually interesting, looking more like a BDSM maniac than anything else. I found myself wishing it had actually been a Grim Reaper running around killing people like it shows on the cover art. The trailer also plays up the goofy laughter of the villain, but even the sound bites of that are barely used or often muddled. Regardless, the kills are creative and indulgent, the characters goofy yet charming, and overall, we have a bloody, messy, delightful film. Will it blow your mind? No, but it definitely is another satisfying serving of slasher goodness for fans of the genre. Let me know what you think of the movie in the comments below, and for now, we have a physical release of Evil Laugh to check out. So without further to say, let's head on over and unbox our release. Here we are with Vinegar Syndrome's Blu-ray release of Evil Laugh. I've got here the limited slipcover, featuring some striking artwork on the front and back from the original release, as well as some nice glossy embossments to make it pop. Underneath, we have a clear Blu-ray case featuring slightly differing artwork on the sleeve, with all of the release information listed on the back. We can open it up to reveal a single Blu-ray disc, and also note that the sleeve for the case is indeed reversible. It features yet another one of the original poster works for the film on the opposing side. With no booklets, posters, or other inclusions, however, that covers the physical aspects of this release, so let's head on over and check out what all is included on the disc. Vinegar Syndrome presents Evil Laugh on Blu-ray, newly scanned and restored in 2K from 16mm vault elements alongside the original mono soundtrack. Included is also a bonus commentary track to listen to for that rewatch, featuring the slasher manic folks from horror podcast the hysteria continues. They always provide a casual but entertaining lens with their horror movie commentaries, but I do wish we also had been able to get a second commentary with some of the crew members, seeing as several of the producers and more appear in a later supplement. With the feature film aside, however, we have a couple of other bonus features to check out as well. First up is a still gallery featuring over 100 photos, scans, promotional materials, and more, all backed by the catchy, dated pop music used throughout the film. A nice slideshow inclusion, showcasing some behind-the-scenes fun. Our second and final bonus feature in this release, however, is the real doozy. We have a 77-minute making-of documentary on the film titled The Joy of Laughter, Making Evil Laugh. This documentary is almost as long as the film itself and features various cast and crew members as they talk about the film from all angles and viewpoints, sharing their experiences throughout the production. Included in the fun are producer and co-writer Steven Baio, who also plays Johnny in the film, associate producer Joe Barnard, first assistant director Eric Brown, associate producer James Dario, who also plays Moosey, the random pedestrian at the beginning of the film who gets pissed on, casting and assistant to the producers Johnny Venocourt, who also plays Freddy, makeup effects David Cohen, actress Karen O'Brien, who plays Betty, actor Gerald Pearson as Barney, actor Tom Shell as the delivery boy, and finally, director of photography and second unit director Steve Seeley. This documentary as a whole plays like one big train of memories, stories, and reminiscing, all in general. It's great to hear the cast and crew pour their hearts out and share their passion for the low-budget, tight-knit project. If you find yourself a fan of the film, then definitely check this feature-length bonus out. With that, however, we've completed our look at Vinegar Syndrome's release for Evil Laugh. The film itself is a great addition to any hardcore slasher fans' collection, so check it out for sure if you find yourself leaning that way. Leave your thoughts and opinions on the film below, and until then, thanks again for joining me here once more on Pajama Theater. Like this video and subscribe to support the channel, and as always, thanks again, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.